Okay, so first problem, really easy. If you just change the color attributes of the four outer vertices, and attribute interpolation takes the rest of the way. I think that's the next one. Yep, this one, you just make more triangles. Probably gonna need a pen and paper, or pencil paper to really get this one easily, but straightforward. Oh, that's the later one, sorry. Okay, so this one, you flip the attribute order, which is really easily solved. You just gotta make sure that you define the attribute order to be flipped correctly. Like you need to put color to be the first one out of these two, and then change its bit. Oh, fuck. There you go. Change its bit ordering. That's it. Right. And then this one was a little bit more involved. I had to make this is where you make the constant buffer. Most of this is just code from your spreadsheet, or yeah. Anyway, so the only thing that's interesting is I made a buffer of float4 of two colors, and then all the vertices have a color index essentially. And then you return the color at that index from the active color array. Which, here you go, you can see the indexes, like the middle four have zeros, the others have ones. And then I define it up here so that I can also destruct it, or I can clear and release on the object's destructor. And then I also put on the click down event to prove that I could change the colors without changing the individual vertices, just by editing the buffer. Right in here. I know, terrible memory management, but it's just an example. Constant buffer, I understand this only in the most theoretical sense. I think I'll get more used to it as I play with these other types of buffers. So shader buffer is a broader type of buffers, and then a constant buffer is a single instantiation of a shader buffer. It's a single type of it. It has a very specific data set, but it is a shader buffer. It's just a very specific instance of it. This one, super duper easy. The pixel shader only affects the pixels you get from the rasterizer. So the rasterizer only gives the pixels that are involved in these three triangles. I'm not entirely sure how it gets it, but it does. So you can see the black center is the darkest, and as it goes out, it gets whiter, but it doesn't affect the background pixels. It only affects the triangle. It's because only the triangle's pixels are past the pixel shader.